Come on. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Trying to do several things at a time here, but we're here, we're live, and we're here for a good time. Let's go ahead and bring on my co-hosts, several of them as usual. Mr. Dolphin Winters, how you doing, my brother?
I'm having I was having some difficulties for a second, but I'm good. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on.
I'm still having a little difficulty trying to hook up to Instagram on through StreamYard, so we'll see about getting that done.
Yeah, because I'm actually trying to see you on YouTube, and you're not popping up on YouTube.
That's delayed sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah. All right. So now let me see. I just clicked on. Yeah, I'm on now. Okay, we're good.
Mr. Ethan, how you doing, my brother?
Doing good. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back for a few, even if it's only 10, 15 minutes. We'll take you anytime we can get you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
We love the young man of the bunch. He's got the energy enough for all of us. We got the princess, Miss Pamela.
What up, Pam?
Or I should say the queen.
Hello, my babies.
The old man, John O'Hanlon.
What's up, Paul? How are you?
Yo, Tom, what's going on, brother?
Ethan, you're looking like a young Wolverine over there.
I need a haircut.
And we got the campfire man, John. Tom
Campfire
O'Gara.
Tom.
What's up, Tom?
What up, Tom?
Brother?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. So, Paul. So, what are we going to talk about, Paul? Let's think about it. What can we talk about this week? We can talk about the beautiful players that we picked up this week. How about that? Especially two former Buffalo Bills players. One that is very important, and it could be a very important piece this year for our defense.
Yep.
And that is Mr. Poyer. So, if anybody hasn't watched the Miami Dolphins introductions to these players, you might want to watch it because he's already talking about driving his Lambo down to the game. He literally has a house 25 minutes. He's originally from around that area. So he's 25 minutes away from the stadium. He said he can't wait. He said he cannot wait at all. They asked questions about, being on the other side of the rivalry and now being on this side of the rivalry and different things like that. We're going to get to Jack Driscoll. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Crazy Dolphin. Shout out to Crazy Dolphin. Shout out to Monty.
Mr. Polk.
Shout out to Mr. Polk. Shout out to everybody that's here. Please hit the like button wherever you're watching, on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. Please hit the like button, please, and subscribe button. We was going off the deep end about a week ago, and now some of the pieces have been put in place. And, slowly but surely, folks, look, we still got to see it what it looks like on the field. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little pleased. The Eagles fans are telling us that Driscoll is trash. I had somebody tell me today that he's trash. I said, well, look, he might have been trash to you guys, but he actually might work in our system. Because I told her, I said, our offensive line, we had to switch our offensive line up at least over 20 times this year. With all the injuries and different things like that.
Yeah.
So,
we had 13 different starting offensive lines during the year.
Right. So it's going to be, so I'm like this. We got some studs. And we got some
depth anyway.
Say again, Tom.
It could be depth anyway. You know what I mean? Look at Wynn. We had Wynn for 7 games last year, and then he went down and had to patchwork it with how many different combinations of Cotton and Jones and Eichenberg, and Lamb and Keon Smith and, all these different guys. We're going to need the bodies.
For sure.
Yep.
Right.
I'd like Lamb back, honestly.
Hello from South Cal. Oh, SoCal. We got somebody from SoCal. Anybody on Facebook?
Yes, I am. Sea Dog, that's Sea Dog, our
What's up,
good friend
Sea Dog?
Sea Dog. Hey man,
Fins up,
welcome
brother.
in. Fins up, buddy.
Definitely. Folks, we are definitely going to be putting a link
And
up
Keith
on the-
Lamb. Keith Lamb is
Definitely.
out here. Charles Kirby, our
Oh,
good
Kirby.
friend. Charles, we love Charles.
Oh, listen,
Jamie Stepp. Yep.
definitely shout out. Definitely shout out to Jamie. Shout out to everybody. That's the Kirby, my man, Mr. Kirby and Mr. Lamb. They my brothers. Definitely. They my peace, love, friends up fam, and I appreciate that without a doubt. So yeah, for me, I'm like this right now, and we're still not done, ladies and gentlemen. That's the beautiful part of this whole thing. We're still not done. That's the beautiful thing about this whole thing. And let's just see how it plays out. We still got to do the draft. We still got the draft which is about a month away. And you're still gonna have undrafted free agents, undrafted people, and free agents out there all through the summer. So, a lot of things can happen.
We'll have a second wave for sure.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, after June 1st, absolutely.
Yeah.
A bunch of more signings.
Mhm. So it just popped out. Shout out to the Fin side of the NFL. Shout out to Reed. He's actually doing a breakdown of Miami Dolphins. Interested in signing Odell Beckham. So
No.
yeah,
Wow.
that should be interesting. And my whole thing is, we just gotta let them know right from the door we ain't got no money.
Right.
Let
Yeah.
them know
Kenny
right from the
Pan.
door, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money.
We got fresh orange juice, or Odell. We got fresh orange juice. That's all we got.
Did he get like $15 million for 30 catches last year?
Ugh.
Yeah, that's rough.
Oof.
Rough.
Okay.
That's a lot.
He's not getting that in Miami.
No,
No.
no way.
No.
I'd rather give Renfro a 2-year deal worth about that.
Yeah.
Well, bring juice. I mean, I'd rather have juice.
You know
Than,
what's funny? That was in one of the Miami groups. Somebody actually put that up and said, "How would people feel if Jarvis Landry came back?" And I would love it for this.
I love Jarvis.
It's gotta make sense. It's
Yeah.
got to make sense.
Hard pass.
Depends if he produces. If he produces, I'll take him. But I mean, the past
He
few
hasn't
years,
played
I
in
don't know.
2 years. He didn't play last year.
Yeah.
So it'd be 2
Yeah,
years removed from
he
the
hasn't
game
made
with
any
like
noise.
5 injuries in the last 7 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
His legs are done, bro. He can barely run. Even 1-day contract, he retires the Dolphin.
Yeah. No kidding.
I mean, my whole thing is you give him the veteran minimum. He comes in for the veteran minimum. Why not?
I mean, he could try him out in camp and see if it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With all those injuries, I don't think that one's working.
He's like 35. and
Oh, wait.
just
If
not
Devontae
gone.
Parker is out here injured prone like he was with Miami, he got signed by New England. And he just
Yeah.
got signed by the
He just got
Eagles.
signed by the Eagles.
Yeah, he just got signed by the Eagles. So
Did he?
look,
But I would say he's like 31, 32 at the most. You're talking about 35, 36-year-old, hasn't played in 2 years with a lot of
I
lower
know.
leg injuries. I mean,
The
I like
thing
Juice
about-
too, but it's late for him now. Maybe last year would have been cool to pick him up like halfway through the season or something.
Yeah.
Right. The thing about Juice, though, is, I mean, I've watched him his entire career, LSU, I mean, the guy plays with so much heart and he takes everything personally. I kind of like that about him. So, we'll see. I mean, no guarantees for him, right? Like, come do your thing, see how you do, you get some money. I love Juice.
If they gave him an incentive laden contract, that's fine.
Yes.
If you catch this many touchdowns, this many passes, gain this many yards, and you get extra money, great.
Yeah.
I'm
Other
sorry,
ones
guys.
like
I've
Juwan
tried
Jennings
several
or
different
whatever.
ways to go live on Instagram, and it's having trouble connecting for some reason. So
don't worry.
maybe
So,
I'll practice on it between now and next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Hey, before I forget, Dolphin winners, I have to say hello to you from the Bearded Fanatic.
Oh, my guy.
Yeah, they him and Marissa Marino started a podcast last night, and I happened to be scrolling through Facebook and came across it. and they were on StreamYard, and they asked people to come in. So I clicked on it. I was actually the first guest on their new podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, he said, I told them about our podcast on Wednesdays, mentioned all you guys, time, everything. So, yeah, him and Marissa started a new one last night.
Oh, well, definitely. We got to set something up, and maybe we can do like a conjoint type thing where we can do
there's a Tuesday at 7:15, I believe.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's awesome.
They chose
Well,
wisely, John.
I also
You as their first guest, that was pretty smart.
I just happened to click in. They were asking for people to come in, and they, a couple of times said, "Hey, nobody's clicked in." I said, "Well, all right, let me jump in there," and gave us a plug, and we talked some about guys that we've signed, free agents, holes that need to be filled, things
who
like
we're
that.
looking for, stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
I did send a text to Troy Drayton, and he got back with me that he's going to reach out to Sean Wooden about getting on our show.
Wow. Nice.
I like that.
Nice.
Because I had actually talked to Sean at DCC.
Sean is awesome.
And I just reached out to Troy to ask him again, to remind him and stuff.
Cool.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen.
I haven't heard anything from anybody, but I know they're all busy guys. They're not disabled and sitting around the house like I do doing nothing.
Got you.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we got Larry K. Larry K going to be on here. He's going to have some insight on a lot of the news that's going on in the Miami Dolphin world. Should be interesting to have him on next week because he's I like his delivery, and he's very insightful, and he's very energetic. I love his energy.
And Larry K is just a straight up, not just Dolphin fan, but a really good guy. And I've known him for a few years. Finally got to meet him this past season. It was amazing. So he is like a pretty tall, big guy, right? Like he's a pretty big guy, and he has like a hug, like a nice, comfy bear hug. He is so sweet. I love him. He might not like me saying he's sweet, but he probably wouldn't care. But he is sweet, and he's super knowledgeable. He's total Fin fan, and I love Larry K. And what a great guy to have on. Great.
Definitely.
Ethan, you said you don't have a lot of time. What are you thinking right now, brother?
I think I like the moves we made. I really like seeing Poyer come in. I wanted him last year, but we couldn't get him last year, so we got him this year. But I thought the Shaq Barrett acquisition was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I think, with what we lost, I think we've re-upped pretty well. I think.
One of the articles I read today actually said that Shaq Barrett was our best move in free agency right now.
He was talking the other day. He said something about the Buccaneers will regret letting him go, and Miami's gonna love him because he's gonna go hard. I thought that was
I tell you what, you do know that if we were to win a Super Bowl with him there, that'd be his third Super Bowl ring with 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see the part of his? I don't know if it was a tweet or an interview where he said he was getting 23 sacks this year.
Yeah, I was like,
bring it. Love it.
I like
that
it.
would be awesome.
I mean, listen. And I like that. I like the energy that he's bringing and saying that.
Mm-hmm.
This system might allow him to get 20 plus sacks. We don't know. We got to see what the system, because we've all been glamoring on physicality. We need to be more physical. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get our wish.
Yep.
We are about to get our wish. We are going to be a lot physical, but with the physicality, that means our secondary is going to be left on an island. That means they have to be on point. Period.
Well, I just want to shout out really to everybody who's watching on X and Facebook and everything. If you have the ability to share our show, please share it on X. I want to see them numbers get back up there like last week when Biggie and them shared it.
That was a special show, Paul.
Well,
man.
yeah, I know, but we had a total of 650 viewers
Hey,
that night.
It was a good show last week. I was watching.
And
That
I
was
know
a
your
good
dad
show,
was
man.
too. Your dad. I don't think your dad misses a show.
Awesome.
He's a great guy, and he's done a hell of a job raising you boys. I tell you that. I give him
I appreciate
kudos for that.
Now I'm gonna get on that choir right there because I just Ethan alone. I mean, what a good young man. And so Ethan, I want to know about this hair. What's with this hair?
So my friend, I'm in his wedding next month, and I was like, I'm not getting 2 haircuts for the wedding, so I'm just holding out till right before the wedding. So I'm not paying the money for 2 haircuts.
It looks good. It looks good, my friend.
I don't know about all that, but I mean, it's gonna be gone soon.
You got a lot of hair. Enjoy it. Some of these guys will tell you when you get a little older, that stuff will be gone. Be grateful.
Some of them will. Some of us are okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you can't see my head right now.
Shit. At least you got a Hulk Hogan. You got a Hulk Hogan. At least you got
Oh yeah.
that.
He just goes like this.
I got look. That's what I'm saying. He got the
That's
Hulk
right,
Hogan. I'd rather have the Hulk Hogan than the
Hell yeah.
Okay, I don't want the George Jefferson.
Well,
Okay.
that's how Tom describes me.
What's that?
Who said Hulk Hogan? I was like,
Hulk
brother,
Hogan.
I love it. It's like
I actually had someone on a cruise ship describe me. He goes, "You look just like Hulk Hogan." I'm like, except I don't have the muscles or anything.
You don't have
Or the money.
or the money.
Or the money.
Money'd be nice.
The money, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Surf
But money
shack
isn't
action.
everything.
That's
True,
right.
but shit.
Yeah.
Crazy Dolphins.
I have friends and family that love me. And that's all that matters.
There you
That's
go.
all that
Absolutely.
matters. Yeah, Mr. Polk, that's always in style.
They were like, Ethan's got 2 of his new hair, but actually I just saw a picture for 2 today. He had like braids.
Oh
Like,
shit!
little-
Going back to the braids
uh,
again.
Not
Yep.
like not like little rope.
Tom.
Somebody,
no.
here you go,
Hamburger
Paul.
Tom.
This is for you. They call me Stone Cold Paul.
Stone Cold Paul.
Yeah, I'm
That's funny.
stone cold when I'm sleeping. That's for sure.
That's Billy. That's Billy Birch. They call
Shout
him
out to
Stone
my
Cold
Hey,
Paul.
Billy, man, take care of yourself, brother. Take care. That's my man. Yo, that dude is hilarious. Oh my god.
Tom's having his internet issues as he usually
Yeah.
does.
That's why we call him Campfire Tom. He's supposed to be outside
Yeah.
having a campfire.
But it's
That's how
cold.
he
It's
gets the
cold
good
and windy.
internet.
It's
Pam, it's
cold and
windy.
windy up there.
It's windy.
It's windy. It's not too cold right now.
Shit.
It is
John,
in Philly.
It's cold up here in Philly, dude. It is ridiculous.
It
The
actually
wind
looks
is
pretty good
about-
here today.
From me, you're down there, not up there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I'll say this: it went from being nice to freezing, and I'm like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, I am not feeling it.
It
Look.
was my reprieve, Dolphin Winners. That was my reprieve because it was hotter and blue blazes, like 87 here. And then it went down to like 65 yesterday for the high. I was like,
dude.
oh, yes.
Oh,
We were in the 50s. We were in the 50s a couple days ago. But we were in it was like 80 last week, and I was like, golly, just decide which one.
Yeah, I woke up
Dude.
yesterday morning. It was 26.
Yeah.
Ooh. It was probably
it was-
39 here yesterday morning.
Yeah, it was 38
cold.
here this morning.
Yep. That's what, yeah, yesterday. Yeah. Oh,
This
yeah.
morning.
This morning. Yes. That's right. Yep. It was about 39 here. So, yeah.
Hey, but look,
I
I
love
gotta get
it.
out of here. I gotta get some more homework done.
brother, we
Thanks for having
appreciate you, man.
Hey,
No
Ethan, good
problem.
to see you, brother.
I appreciate
You
you. I'll
take
be back
care.
next week.
Peace,
We'll
love,
see
and
you
fins
Ethan,
up.
next
so
week,
glad to see you, my friend.
See y'all.
Peace, love,
Peace,
fins up,
love, fins
Ethan.
up.
So
Gotta love
yeah,
that kid, man. Gotta love that kid.
Hey, and he's living life to the fullest. What
as
else
he
do you need?
should, as he
Yes.
should.
He's a
I
college
agree.
student.
He's a good kid too. I'm just saying, he's a good kid and obviously intelligent. He's a Dolphin fan, so
Yeah, it's not just book smarts.
that's right.
Absolutely.
Has great taste. Yeah. It was good to see him. We haven't seen him in a little bit. Oh, so Sea Dog, snowed in the mountains, the St. Patty's, 70 degrees and sunny now at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, well, let me tell you what. Bottom of the hill is easy to get to. It's getting back up to the top that's the problem.
Right.
What are you talking about? It's hard enough for me to just get up off the ground when I'm down there.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Well, as long as you keep getting up, you're good.
There you go.
It may take me a little bit. I might have to crawl over to a post or something, but I get up sooner or later.
Don't let them put dirt over you, man. Whatever you do.
Well, that's what I say. You know, people ask me how I'm doing. I said, I'm good. I'm not looking at dirt or the inside of a coffin.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I do kind of.
I am interested to see who else we pick up, if anybody. Let me bring.
Oh, there's definitely going to be more pickups.
Yeah. Good evening,
Crazy
Mr. Polk. How you
Dolphin.
doing?
Oh, Mr. Polk.
Mr. Polk.
Good evening, Papa Paul, Dolphin winners, my sister Pamela, John. What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you
I got
always.
a comment on Raphael. I appreciate you, brother. I used to live out in Tucson. I know where Mount Lemon is, and it's got snow during the winter. There's actually, believe it or not, in Tucson, Mount Lemon, the top, there's actually a ski resort up there.
No.
Or ski slopes up there. And you wouldn't think of that being in Tucson.
Right. You wouldn't. I wouldn't think of that. Right. Think of Tucson, you think cactus and hot.
Yeah, you don't think of snow on a mountain and stuff.
Right.
Tom's asking, who's our target in draft? O and D line still, or we get different? You see Mike enamored by Xavier Worthy.
O-line. I'm going O-line.
Yeah.
Or D-line.
O-line and D-line.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm thinking O-line, maybe JPJ if he's still available.
I can't see it taking a receiver. I mean, yeah, we do need one, a young one under a rookie contract, but I can't see him taking not with the first 2 picks, maybe a third or something.
But there's also that isn't there that center from Oregon or something?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's quite a few of them out there, O-line, D-line.
But do you think we're going to actually do it? Because that's the thing. We've had opportunities and we didn't do it. They said we're good to go. Are we going to do it this year?
Well,
and actually pull the trigger?
Well, I mean,
they need to look at it to have a young offensive lineman to at least come in and start building our offensive line for the next couple of years afterwards and stuff. Because we're gonna, a lot of these people are 1-year contracts that we're doing, so we're gonna need people to replace them.
First thing first, let's shout out to Mountie. Welcome to the show, Mountie.
And Mountie, hey
what's
buddy.
up, Mountie?
So glad you came in.
Guys, how y'all doing?
Good. So what you think of the question that's on our panel right now? Where do we attack on the draft? We go O-line, D-line, or where you think?
Say again. Say again.
What's our target in the draft? O line, D line, or something totally different?
I think we need to go. I think we need to go offensive line, especially if we feel that we're going to move on with Tua, because it's imperative to that he has adequate protection. Although he gets the ball out in 2 point whatever seconds.
2.5.
I don't want that to be an excuse as to why he regresses, if you will.
Well, I hear people talking about that. I do think we need more O-line. It's as the old saying says, the war is won in the trenches, but at the same time, we need to give him a bit more time, at least to something to scan the field a little better or something. I don't know.
My rebuttal to that would be, and this is just basically on statistical data. His Tua's actual efficiency drops the longer he holds the ball.
Yes, 1,000%,
So
Mountie.
so he's been conditioned by this system and Mike McDaniel. You know, the guy doesn't even look at it. 2/3 or 3/4 of his passes are from the shotgun. They're not from under center. So he has 2 to 3 seconds right there. Then he has to scan the field and get the ball out. So I mean, the guy, look,
He's got to read the field better or something.
It has to be more traditional.
Well, the
he,
latest
he, he
the latest news
no, go
on
ahead.
him is he's trying to lose weight so he can pick up his speed with his feet. So
Well, my
And plus, he has a quarterback coach.
my frustration with that is this. First of all, he's an NFL player. You wait till year 5 to be compelled to figure out, hey, look, I need help in certain areas. I need to lose weight. I need to, get a QB coach. I mean, dude, I'm a QB. I don't read defenses well. I don't process the field well. So the light comes on. So it makes me feel that he's coming from a place of do or die because this is
Yep.
his 5th year. This is 5th year, and if he regresses or he gets hurt, his career could be over.
And the thing to your point, Mountie, is that 2 to 3 seconds. We have the fastest offense in the league, if not the fastest,
I'll be right
top
back.
to the fastest, right? So in 2 to 3 seconds, he's got guys open down the field. So, if you can't make that to happen with a fast offense that is giving you a quick read, like they're going to be open, man, I don't know. I hate to come down on him too much, but dadgum, I'm like you. You've had 4 years now. Come on. And I know year 3 was ridiculous. You can hardly count that. But you've got a fast offense. You need to know that those dudes are open because they are.
Hey, Miss Pam, don't be ashamed to hold him or any other player to the fire. They're professionals. They're
That's
getting
right.
paid to do a job.
Yep.
And if they're not doing, and see, the thing is this: I used to play football at the collegiate level, and look, yeah, we have coaches, we have mentors, we have assistants, we have trainers, but
Yeah.
the majority of your progression starts in the offseason with you. Just like I say what LeBron James used to be and currently is, and Kobe Bryant. Those guys take maybe a couple weeks off and they're working on their craft. They're not out playing golf all the time and goofing off and doing whatever they're doing and during their time. This is your job. You're getting paid handsomely. You're the top
Yes.
1% of earnings in this country
That's
to
right.
do your job. So if you're not working on yourself, on your craft, then what are we doing?
Well, to me, the offense as a whole needs to change because we can't keep doing the same thing like last year, like year before, because that's what I've been seeing. I've been seeing the same thing where the defense has been keeping us in the game, and then the offense is not. The offense as a whole is not complementing the defense. And then what
Yep.
happens with that is toward the mid-season or what have you, the defense starts to wear down. And then
Yeah.
not only that, but other teams catch on to what scheme we're using. We got to change it up. So the
Absolute facts,
offense
Mr.
has to
Paul.
the offense has to, as a whole, the offense has to change. You can't just do the same thing over and over again. And I say offense, I mean the whole offense. So I'm not going to point. What I will say, I will kind of say this too. Yeah, Tua has to change too. He has to change also. You can't just be just to the scheme. You have to be more traditional. You got to be more. What's the word? You got to be more flexible as far as developing and what have you, not just relying on the coach to develop a scheme just to fit you. You need to
The
be,
scheme.
I'm
That's
not
right.
saying he's a perfect quarterback because there's no such thing as a perfect quarterback, but you got to be You got to make changes. You got to make changes. The whole, and like I said, my thing is the whole offense needs to change because if not, we're going to have issues. This coming up because we getting, uh, uh, we got a new defensive coordinator and I'm sorry, coach, and I'm kind of happy to see what's going on with them, and we gotta wait to see what's going to happen once the game start, and then now we're starting to make some moves on the offense. So
Right.
to me, really instead of addressing the defense so much, we should have been addressing the offense. But that's just my opinion.
But Mr. Pope, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you because see, Baltimore, Dallas, Buffalo both times, Kansas City. What did they do? Man up on the outside, zone the middle of the field, take
And
away
shut
what
us
Tua
down.
does best. Tennessee, dude, man up on the outside, zone the middle of the field, and make Tua make good throws, not to wide open guys. And Tua, and see, the thing is what frustrates me with him is the fact that in his lack of somewhat, I guess, maturity and
Urgency.
acumen. Well, his lack of maturity. Look, like
Mhm.
last year when he made that dumb comment, he said, "Well, I can't see him." First of all, I don't even know why he would say something like that publicly. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm like, dude, okay, first of all, you have a line in front of you. They can't hold all day. So someone has to teach you or tell you to move around in the pocket so you can create better passing lanes for yourself. Somebody's got to tell you that. I mean,
And you're
it makes me go bonkers.
Right. See what
well, and
Tom
your
is saying?
point, Mountie, about like he's been doing this for a while, and at some point you have to figure it out. So you weren't taller 2 years ago. You're not going to be taller 2 years from now. You have to figure it out. What do you mean you can't see? Come on, there's lots of quarterbacks his height
Russell
that
Wilson.
figure it out. And
That was
and
one of
he
the
needs to
dumbest things
figure
he
it out.
said.
It was pretty dumb. It was pretty dumb.
So now, but see, that's the thing. See, now once he said that, teams started saying, okay, we're gonna bring a lot of pressure up the A and B gap. We're gonna flood the middle of the field, make him throw outside the numbers, and see how he does. And he fails miserably. He doesn't do well at all, which
Right.
speaks to why he averaged 7 points down the stretch, down to the playoffs.
The thing that I see with Tua and with McDaniel, who I both believe in. I believe in both of them. I think they can get it done. But what I see is when things are easy, they are just so hot, like you can't shut them down. But when things get tough, I mean, it's an old adage, but when things get tough, the tough get going. You need to get going. You need to show that you can handle this pressure and the big game and get out there and, make a difference because anybody can do it whenever it's easy. And I want to see them get tough. I want to see them be competitive and say, you know what, you're not taking me down. And I don't see that as much from the two of them as I think I ought to see from
Well,
paid
I'm trying to get
professionals.
tough, Pam. I'm trying to get tough.
You better get tough, Papa Paul. I'm gonna take
Hey.
you down.
Hey, I laid 115 retaining wall blocks in the past 2 days.
Woo!
That's good for me.
That's good.
And to Mr. Polk, you made a very good take, sir, just a few minutes ago. Is the fact that this offense has to somewhat morph to a more conventional style offense because if you notice when we play Baltimore, when we play Dallas, when we play Baltimore, when we play Buffalo, we play Kansas City. You notice teams not going for those fakes anymore.
Yeah.
You notice teams you notice teams are not being fooled by that motion anymore. You notice that they're staying disciplined, staying in their rushing lanes, staying in their sight lanes, and it's making it harder for Tua to find guys.
Right, and to piggyback on what you said, Mountie, it was a defensive back with the Ravens. And I think we were trying to get him. I forgot his last name, but he was on ESPN or NFL station, and he used the word "tell." And he was saying what he was explaining is that when we played the Miami Dolphins, they already knew what we were going to do, and so they were ready. And then when you look at some of the previous when we look at some of the earlier games that we played, I mean, yeah, we caught some teams with the speed and all that, but like I said, they catch on. And then when you don't change, when the offense doesn't change up and make adjustment, like I said, these teams already have us beat because they know what we're going to do. And
Yeah.
that's why I say and I'm not pointing at just the whole offense had to change. And again, if you don't change, then it affects the defense. It affects the players being injured and what have you. It has to change because if it don't, I'm looking at a repeat of the last two seasons,
I,
and I'm tired of seeing that.
Right. I agree,
I,
Mr. Polk, 1,000%.
has anybody thus far heard anything about Tua and his contract or no?
What's up, Cap for life?
I don't know
No,
about. I
we're
don't know
not. We're
about.
not going to hear anything
Yeah.
until they make it public. And listen, it's going to go one of two ways. They're going to sign him to 4 or 5 years, 220, 200 to 250, or they're going to make him play out the fifth year, see if he stays healthy, and then they could even tag him next year, and it would still cost them less. Which is what I think the team should do because these teams got to stop overpaying for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
When you have a quarterback taking up 23%, 22% of your salary cap, that's insane. How do you surround him with enough talent to be able to then win?
I think John,
Look
didn't
at
we do
look
that with
at look at
Tannehill?
Los Angeles.
Didn't we do that with
I
Tannehill
I
also?
was
Didn't we
just
overpay
listening
Tannehill?
to Reason for a minute, and he just brought up breaking news that the Dolphins are looking at OBJ for the
Yeah,
third wide
yeah,
receiver.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They that's talk,
And
but
well, I don't know. He's got someone that he knows that's saying they're really looking at a quality receiver. They said
there's other ones out there that'd be cheaper
Chase,
too that are just as good, really.
So
Chase has went to the Dolphins for interview. OBJ's coming in tomorrow, and they're
so
looking at quality receivers.
And as we
Uh,
were talking
so
earlier,
so
that
yeah,
has to be
I
incentive
wasn't here.
based. You
so
Yeah,
can't
so
sign a guy like that without
so
making it incentive based.
so
yeah.
I agree.
my question about OBJ then is this: given his history, his personality, do we want
And,
OBJ? Do we want OBJ and Tyreek Hill in the same wide receiver room?
yeah, someone's going to be left out because you got three wide receivers, and one's going to
No,
want
I'm
ball
not so
too.
sure I like that combination.
Think
I
about
really
this for
don't.
a second.
Yeah.
Let's think about this for a second. They both got rings. Tyree got a ring from Kansas City. OBJ got a ring from the Rams. They both matured to a point. Now, that's a whole nother conversation. But I say this. You want OBJ, in there with Tyreek, because guess what? That's ego versus ego. Guess what? That's made for TV. As long as you're scoring and as long as you're a teammate, and as long as you
Yeah,
gave because you didn't have no rips in Baltimore when you was there, because you was only there for the season. And if you only come to the Miami Dolphins for one season, I think we can deal with the
yeah,
season with OBJ.
yeah.
If
With a
if the contract is
incentive
right,
based.
you can't give
Well,
him a huge
well,
contract.
That's
Yeah.
that's it
well,
right
well,
there,
well.
John.
Dolphin
That's
winner.
money.
BS takes no time to get started.
Of
It
course.
gets no
I
time.
agree.
It gets no. Takes. We don't need any drama. We don't need any drama. We still
Yeah.
dealing with Cam
Listen,
Smith and his
listen.
maturity issues.
I'll say this. We just dealt with what? Let's think about what we've just dealt with and what we're still dealing with right now with our top receiver. We're still dealing with a lawsuit with a OnlyFans model or whatever the hell she is. We're still dealing with that. We're
For
still
Hill.
dealing with
Yeah.
the stuff with with the boat incident. We're still dealing with stuff in his past still resurfacing, and then new things are coming out to alleged domestic violence disputes. So we're dealing with stuff right there. And now we just dealt with one of my favorite players dealing with his outside noise and asking for other stuff and different things. And he's talking about, well, Flores was not a player's coach, but I could play for him, and he's saying a whole bunch of stuff on podcasts now, which it kind of tickles me when you're not a part of the team, how you open up so quickly about things and different things like that. But I'll leave that here or there. So I'll be honest with you. If we dealt with all that drama and enduring drama that we're dealing with right now, why not bring OBJ down to Miami? Because I'll say this, I think he has matured. He's not the same. He's going to sit there and do little things here and there, but I don't think he's going to do stuff outside that's going to sit there and be detrimental to the team. I just don't.
Yeah.
Well, and to go along with that, I feel like certain players attract that kind of attention, and it's not due to anything they're necessarily doing. It's
Right.
because of who they are, what they've done. Our wide receiver, he is out there and he is vocal. We all know that, and that's okay. I don't think that's a problem with him. I think that puts him out there on a stage for other people to give him problems, because to me, Tyreek he's all that. Like, he's a great player, and he's going to be a target. He's going to be a target to some of these people, and I don't think that's a bad thing on him. I think it's a bad thing on people, because that's what they do. They're going to go for somebody for their own financial gain or their own notoriety or whatever. I don't think he necessarily brought that on himself. I mean, I could be wrong about some of that, but I haven't seen anything that showed me that he did something that was so off the wall and wrong. I just haven't seen it. So, the boat incident and this chick incident, I mean, I'm sorry, that happens to people that are in the spotlight because they're in the spotlight. So I don't think he's a detriment to us because of that. And I don't think OBJ is necessarily a detriment because of that stuff. Now, he's flamboyant. He's done some things, yes. But if he wants to play and be a factor in Miami, make it incentive-based. You want to give us something, we'll give you some bag. Otherwise, no. Like, come and play. We'll see what you got, and we'll pay you by play or whatever,
Yeah, well,
I think
I
it's
heard the
going
same
to
thing about
get the
Jarvis
veteran.
Landry.
I would say a veteran's minimum, or about at least $1.2 million or something.
Yeah.
Like you said, incentive heavy, something like that.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be all depends on how high he's asking. I mean, if he's asking for the moon, they may not get him. It'll.
Well,
And
that's
another
the
thing
thing.
with,
For the
and
movie, you
another
might not
thing,
get it.
another thing with OBJ. Look, I mean, if he's not getting the targets that he thinks he should get, we don't need his dad calling in, making a
Yeah.
spectacle because he's not getting the targets. Because I mean, unless Tua works on it, he's not really fond of throwing to three receivers. He sticks to two.
Yeah,
Right.
but
That's
he's got to
what I'm
get
saying.
over that.
With three receivers,
Tua's got to
someone's
cut
going to
that
get left
crap
out.
out.
No, but here's
Whoever's open is who Tua needs to go to. And as far as OBJ's dad, tell him to call me. I got it.
well,
I'll say this. If we dealt with Brent Grimes' wife, we can deal with OBJ's dad. We can do it.
Lord have
Listen, I know
mercy.
that whole day, everybody was like, "What was I saying? She's a Philly chick." I'm
Well,
letting
She
you
is
know.
one
Dolphin
crazy
Willie,
woman.
I got
Wow.
there's
Dolphin, I got
another receiver we should look at it, and it's Hunter Renfro.
Yes.
Jarvis Landry. Jarvis
Hey,
Landry.
Jack.
Well, Jarvis, yes. I mean, would be. I would love to have Jarvis back, but I mean, another one we can look at, which would be a great number 3 receiver, is Hunter Renfro. Tom told me that earlier. He showed me some videos of him from high school through college, and even with the Raiders and stuff. He's got some great
Big
moves.
receiver.
Oh, listen,
Big
there's guys
receiver.
out there They're going to keep interviewing. They're going to pick the guy they feel is best at the right price. You know my philosophy. Wait and see.
Wait and see.
Yeah,
There's your
because
cousin, winners.
one thing I'm starting to see also is that with the additional of the two tight ends that we just picked, that we just grabbed, that hopefully that they're doing this to say they're changing the offense up and being a little more traditional.
Yes.
Yeah. Reason. Yeah, I heard. Reason said he could see the logic of getting the third receiver, a quality receiver, and I forgot what he was saying. But he could see the logic in it. He knows how they're going to do it if they're going to get him.
Well, I mean, just to have a third quality receiver in case Hill or Waddle does get hurt. One of those guys goes down, and now you're down to just one great receiver, and they're just going to double team him, put pressure on him, and then your offense can't move the ball.
Yeah, but it's more than that, though. I mean, yeah, you're right in that respect, but it's also more than that. And I'm not sure what it is.
Well, what part of the problem is that we have a certain look. If Tyreek's on the field, this is what we do. If he's off the field, this is what we do. And you can't continue to do that. Like,
and with
other teams are going, okay, Tyreek's off the field, we're running the ball. Like, why in the heck is that the script? Why do we have the script? Don't be stupid. Change it up. I mean, I can see it from my couch. Honest to goodness, I can see it from my couch. Why can't you see it?
I see it, Dolphin windows. I see the same thing you're looking at.
Which is? Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that later, man. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that on air.
Oh no, not doing.
Please, Lord, no.
No. I'm just saying I see the same thing.
That's an insider. Sorry about that, but go ahead. What you guys were saying,
No, but the thing is, by adding these two tight ends and from what I'm seeing with both of them, they're not slot tight ends. In, like I said, like John said, until we see where having the game play. It, like I said, to me, I'm hoping it's just a sign of the offense change. I hope, because if not, we wasting talent bringing these guys in, and if we're gonna do the same thing like we've been doing the last 2 years with just Tyreek and Waller, I'm not gonna be a happy Dolphins fan.
Mr. Polk, say it again for the people in the back, because seriously, that is the issue. Why waste the talent? You have the talent. Use the talent. Use all the talent to the best of its ability. Say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah, use all the talent. Don't just stick. That's what got us in trouble the last 2 seasons, because they always expect Tyreek or Waller to get the ball. You had people running around. Well, I'm not going. I gotta be careful how I say this. You had Durham Smite out there. Yep. Julian Hill out there, running around. Cedric Wilson. And they like I said, the balls were just going through those two, and that's why these teams. That's the other reason why the teams caught on to our offense. That's why I said the whole offense has to change. It needs to change.
Yeah. Well, for the second year in a row, at the end of the season, Mike McDaniel did come out and say that the offense is going to progress, and we're moving in the direction I want it to be in. But he said the same thing after his first year. Yeah, and we pretty much came out and did the same thing. Throw, run early, don't run late. You could put games away running the ball, and he's trying to throw it. So hopefully he's learned to stick with the run more, to get away from this, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, throwing the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You can have all the players in the world. If the play calling isn't what it needs to be, then it doesn't matter.
So, John, to that point, and that has been one of my pet peeves and my gripes all along, is okay, first year, dude, okay, you get a little pass. Second year, you did the same damn thing. Do you think that he's learned?
I'm hoping so. I mean, I know he watches a ton of film, and I'm hoping he's going back and watching the films mostly of the games we lost, especially like the Tennessee game where we could have just ran the clock out and we're throwing a ball on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. One of the problems is we don't have a thumping running back. Listen, give it to Ingold.
Yes.
Give it to Brooks.
Put
Ingold and Brooks both in there. Let one block for the other one and just push for that yard. I mean, it's the NFL. You can't get 1 yard on a run. You got to throw the ball.
And 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You're going to run the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage for 1 yard. I mean, what the heck, dude? I mean, seriously, it drives me insane. And
we
I
know
know
that,
he's a
Miss Pam.
smart guy.
No,
What's
listen,
that?
I'm hoping that he is progressing and he sees his mistakes and learns from them. Because I would like to have a coach that sticks around more than 3 years and then we start all over.
Agreed.
Right. You didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Emilio.
Some of us on this panel are old enough to have watched Shula coach for 27 years, and we only had one coach.
That's right.
Yeah.
All those years, right, John? All those years.
37 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, first things first, ladies and gentlemen, I want to interrupt y'all real quick. We want to shout out to our Dolphin family out in Mexico. Peace, love, fins out to Mexico from Philly, from Florida, from Jersey, from I know there's a couple other people in here from all over the place too. So y'all can shout out where y'all the hell from.
Welcome in, Emilio.
That's the thing.
Emilio! I can't help it when I see the name.
That's the thing I love about being a Dolphin fan is that our fan base is expanding worldwide. Don't let nobody fool you.
Worldwide.
It's expanding more and more.
And that's so true, Mr. Polk, because when we look at Europe, there's a huge fan base, but our Mexican Dolphin family, they bring it. They come to town. They bring it. They're loud and proud. They show their fandom. Our Mexican Dolphin brothers, man, they are growing. And so those fans down our South brothers down there, they are growing their Dolphin fan groups so big. And I mean, it was last season, not this past season, but the one before at the fan club. You should have heard them singing and so loud and so proud. I mean, it was amazing. It gave me goosebumps listening to them. So I'm so proud of our Mexican Dolphin family and they are doing their work down south to
Mexican, Spanish, and all the Latinos. Yeah.
It is amazing what the Mexican fan clubs are doing. They are amazing. Love it.
2 years ago when they all
go ahead.
Go ahead, Mr. Polk. Go ahead.
No, you go here. I go behind you.
2 years ago when they all came up for the fan club weekend, I had the pleasure of actually sitting in the section with them. Let me tell you, that's how every section in the Hard Rock should be. They stood the entire time. They chanted the entire time. They were holding up their flags. They were wearing their gear. They were proud as anything to be in that stadium, and they did not sit down the entire game.
That was the season I'm talking about, John.
Yeah, I sat in the section with them.
It was amazing.
Oh, it was incredible.
And I just want to add that I was on a platform maybe about 2 years ago, and they had Dolphin figures like the Freaky on there, and there was a lady who was the equivalent to the Freaky in Mexico, and this lady was something else. I mean, she was the like I said, the counterpart to the Freaky, but in Mexico.
I think I know you're talking about, brother. I might imagine, I forgot what her name is, but I met her at fan club weekend. last year and the year before that. So I think I do know who you're talking about. I just don't remember her name.
Yeah, me neither. I wish I could.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she is definitely exactly somewhat the Don Freaky of Mexico. But there's
Right.
If Emilio or any of those guys are still watching, they'll put her name in there.
Yeah, there's only one
Yeah.
Don Freaky, and we all know that. That's
Exactly.
That's just because they can't handle being the Miss Pam of. There is no Miss Pam in Mexico. Seriously,
sure-
and
I'm sure
nobody
there
can
is.
handle that.
I'm sure there is.
I promise you, there
Oh,
is a
good.
Miss Pam of Mexico. I promise you that.
What's
don't
up,
know.
Adam? What's up,
I
Adam?
wore the aqua wig back in the 90s. I'm just telling you. I was that
You-
crazy girl before there was crazy girls, and I didn't mind being the crazy girl.
You were when you did the video on Sundays.
Oh, yes.
Whenever you show the Dolphin games.
Yes, I did that some, but back in the 90s, I was on the Tron and in the Sun Sentinel front page with my aqua wig back in the 90s. In fact, was it 90s or it was our 1-17 season. I was there for our one win in my little aqua wig.
1-15.
Yes, sorry, thank you. Yes, 1-15. Yes.
Let's not make it worse than it was.
I know, right? I know, right? Yeah. It just seemed like 1-17. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating. But I was there for that one win in my little aqua wig, and I did get a howdy do from Jason Taylor, and that was a great game. It was a great win. Thank goodness we didn't end up, 0-16, right?
Jason Taylor still coaching?
Say that again?
Oh,
Jason
heavens.
Taylor still coaching?
Oh.
Jason Taylor?
Yeah, I believe he's still at the U, isn't he?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that I know of.
Oh,
As far as I know, he's still coaching at the U.
Yep, and then he got a son that is playing.
I love him. I just love him.
Yeah.
So he's with Mario. Coach Mario.
I love when he calls our games. He does the preseason games. I mean, it is so nice to listen to somebody that's actually like Dolphins sided calling the game, because we never get that.
Yeah.
Adam Sadowski just said we just re-signed Craycraft.
Okay, I like that.
Oh,
I like Craycraft.
did we?
That's what he-
thanks for that.
Now, if I break up, it's because my earbud's going out. So I'll have to just shut down. But keep going. If you could hear me, keep going.
We can hear
you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Let's go.
I love Craycraft. I hate that we did not use him more. I know he got hurt, but he was better. And to me, he was that, wild card. You threw him in there and he came down with the ball. He made some great plays, but why stop giving him the ball? Like, what are you thinking? Like with everyone else, right?
Remind me of Wes Welcome.
Yeah.
100%, Mr. Polk. I agree.
Well, I mean, that's like Berrios. We re-signed Berrios, and because he did a lot of great catches too, and he's a great returner.
I love him. Him, Ingold.
Hold on. What's up, Dolphin?
I hope we can target him a little bit more because he's been open a lot. If you go back and if you got access to NFL Plus and do the all 22, which I've been doing here and there, you will see plays. You'd be like, oh my God. Like you would be like shaking your head at some of the plays where you're oh my gosh.
That's where I don't know who it comes down to, if it's Tua not seeing him or if it's Tua just trying to throw the ball to the person he was, supposed to throw it to,
Yeah.
Or what,
I've said it before on our show. I think McDaniel fell in love with the idea of Tyreek breaking the record.
Yeah.
And They were just trying to feed him the ball as much as they could, and they got to get away from that. They got to spread it around. If Tyreek only ends up with 14 or 1,500 yards, okay, he doesn't need 17, 1,800 yards.
But I think he would have broken the record if he wasn't so predictable on it. You know what I mean? Like, go away from him and go back to him because, first of all, like Dolphin Winter said, there was a comment, somebody was talking about Berrios, and I was reading the comments, and I was like, if you don't understand how good Berrios was and what a difference maker he could have been on that field, you need to go back and look at the games, because the number of times that dude was open and the number of great catches that he made, the things that Berrios did, he was huge for our team and could have been so much better. So when I look at the fact that McDaniel wanted to give Tyreek, I get it, because that was special, right? That's a special thing that you don't just get just any time. But if everybody knows you're doing it and you don't, work your way around it, nobody's going to fall for it. So you have to be smart about doing it. And I think if McDaniel would have been smarter about spreading the ball, Tyreek would have ended up with the record.
Yeah, but records and personal accomplishments don't win Super Bowls.
They don't win Super Bowls,
Thank
John.
you, John. Thank you.
No, it's a team game.
That's right.
And then the other thing too is if you go back and look at the film on Tua back at Alabama, he was spreading the ball. So that's one thing that confused me. Why, well, I keep forgetting. I like I said, McDaniel just came to our. But we got to kind of go back to that and like I said, let him be more of a traditional quarterback. Don't just fix him in the scheme where people can figure it out in the middle of the season. Because I'm serious, I'm getting tired of 2 seasons like that.
It's so true. And I think, Mr. Polk, what you are saying about the traditional offense, I think that might be throwing people off from what you're saying.
Mhm.
But I know what you're saying, and you're right. You have to mix it up.
Hello.
You can't
Mix it up.
be
Exactly. One dimensional.
Yep.
Can't be one
And
dimensional.
you were right.
In fact, somebody
If-
on this panel and down in the chat room mentioned that, the one dimensional.
Yes, the
Yeah.
one-dimensional
Oh, I
thing.
think that was right. That was that Tom? I think that was Tom that mentioned that down in the chat.
Campfire.
Yeah, we got one-dimensional a lot. That's because they were throwing it to Tyreek Hill. And
Well,
does any since if we're going to get if we're getting a third wide receiver, not in the draft, but picking up on him, do we know what the offensive line looks like right now, or the defense?
No, we still don't know anything. You gotta go into everything, Mr. Federline. You gotta go into everything fresh. You gotta go into everything where you gotta go into everything fresh, because you don't know how the personnel's gonna look after the. First, we gotta go through the draft. Then we got other free agents that we can plug in after June 1st. Then it's gonna be moves during the training camp. Then training camp. Then you're gonna have guys getting signed here left and right. You gotta get people cut. All those people that we have, we're not gonna keep everybody. People are gonna get cut. So it's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. So you gotta go into this whole season fresh.
So we don't know if we're going to address the defense first or the offense line first.
We don't know anything.
None of us know that. I mean, that's
None of us know that. It's like right now all we're doing is speculating and hypothetically thinking about a lot of this stuff right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I love what everybody's talking about. Like tonight, because I'm loving what everybody's been speaking about. I'm getting different variations from everybody, and I really appreciate it. So I have no problems sitting and letting Pam and Mr. O'Haley and Monty and Crazy Dog and yourself talk. And Paul, I like to sit and listen to what everybody is speaking on, for the simple fact that we all have different perspectives of what we want to see out of this team and what we need to see out of this team. So that's why I'm liking what's going on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit that thumb button, hit that like button, ladies.
Hit the like, everybody.
Exactly.
Hit the like.
But John said it. John said it right earlier that
Wait, what
we just
John?
gotta
Which
wait and
John?
see.
We got two Johns.
O'Hanlon.
Okay.
He said it right. From the get go, we just gotta wait and see.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the wait and see guy. I'm not into mock drafts. Because we're not privy to anything that goes on in that building. We're not privy to conversations. So it's wait and see. I'm going to root for whoever puts on the aqua and orange.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. So last season, I was I just knew we were going to do it. We had everything we needed. I was totally convinced. I've always been on the bandwagon. I always wear my aqua and orange glasses, but now I'm looking at you side eye. I'm giving you the stink eye and show me what you got. I'm with you, John. I'm over there hanging with you going, show me what you got. Hey, Sandy.
What's up, Sandy?
What's up, Sandy?
Peace, love, thumbs up, Sandy.
Yep. Good evening, Sandy. And I'm sorry I missed out on Ethan. I just want to make a quick comment. Like I said, for the young man to be doing what he's doing, I think it's great. And Ethan, if you're listening, keep up the good work, and stay on course, my brother.
He's our good kid, right, Mr. Polk? He's our good kid.
There you go.
Yeah, we just love him. He's such a
Exactly.
good, and what I think it was Papa Paul was saying earlier about all those boys, all those boys, great kids.
We got to get Ethan down to the Hard Rock.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
We definitely need to do that. We do. He needs to experience East
So
12. He
I'm
needs to
coming
experience
this
all of that.
season with I have 4 grandsons. I have 5 grandkids, but I'm coming. Well, I probably can't leave my granddaughter out, but I'm bringing the crew this season to the Dolphin games, and yeah, I'm bringing them all. Here I come, my entourage.
I hate to ask you, Pam, that y'all gonna be wearing Dolphin
Dolphin gear.
They won't be allowed otherwise.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Trust me. I've got one that's totally in it. He's the second to the youngest. He's 9. His name is Walker, and he is totally in it. And him and his older brother, who's 11, Wyatt, they listen to my streams. They watch my streams.
Okay.
It's so funny. But Walker is totally into it. He's got him a Tua jersey and the whole thing. But I'm going to bring them all. And there's a couple of them that are Cowgirls fans.
Yeah.
But they are not bringing Cowgirls gear. They will be wearing Dolphins gear. They ain't going. Sorry. So, maybe we'll leave you home.
Yeah, I remember you saying that to me. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm bringing them all. I'm bringing the crowd. Bring my own entourage.
All right.
Papa
So
Paul, you still there? Wait, Papa
Yeah, I'm
Paul.
still there. I'm still here.
Okay.
Did Tom
I'm
get
looking
his,
forward to it.
situation
I'm
straight?
looking forward to a great experience for my grandkids, and just they are excited. They are like, ooh, and they know they're Mimi. So trust me, don't worry that they have like other grandma in their mind. No, they know they're Mimi. No.
All right.
Now I think I've heard that Phillips may be back earlier than
Oh gosh, I would love that.
maybe in the second week or third week of the season. If
Yeah, I've
not,
seen reports.
you know.
I've seen somebody put up there that Phillips and Chubbs both
Yeah.
might be ready early September, but Yeah, listen, they're both coming off devastating injuries. Don't rush it because we don't want to lose them again.
Thank you,
Absolutely,
John.
I agree.
Don't rush them back because
Don't
seemed
rush
like
them
we
back.
had seemed like we had some of our players. The season just went by that got hurt and came back too soon. I don't want to see that. I rather you. I mean, I rather you heal up and be 100% than to get back out. They put you back out on the field and then you get re-hurt and also that can also hurt the team.
I'll do one better for you, Mr. Pope. I'll do one better. God forbid this happens, and I hope it doesn't. I would rather them sit out the whole season for the
Yeah,
next season and come back instead of
exactly.
jeopardizing their career. And
I'm
I've
going
always
for that.
told people, these gentlemen, they are one play away from everything going, and you don't know the
Everything.
structure of their contract. You just don't. So
And
when
these are
people think,
young men, and they are
absolutely,
human. They're
absolutely,
not some
Exactly.
commodity that you buy and pick off the shelf. They are humans, and everybody needs to remember that.
Mhm.
But I do feel like McDaniel has been super sensitive to that. You know what I mean? Like, really paid attention. I think some of that came from the extra attention that the Dolphins got because of Tua when other teams were not being scrutinized the same way as the Dolphins were being scrutinized. And I thought that was crap. But I think
Yeah, that's so too.
McDaniel is very good about paying attention to his players.
Yeah, because he did that with Water. When Water got hurt, he didn't. Water was ready to come back right away, but he had Water's away at what 1 or 2 games or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true. Yep. He was good about that.
the only thing he slipped was on Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
That was a slip up right there. But like I said, this is what his 3rd year coming up, so he's probably learned from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Well, I hope
Great.
that we, do what we're saying. Like McDaniel figures it out. Because good Lord, dude, if you don't know, call anyone up on this panel. We'll talk to you. If you want to have a panel, we'll talk to you and tell you what you need to do. McDaniel, we got your back, dude. Call us.
I think he's probably spending time with his family, like all the rest of these players, spending time with their families, vacationing, doing things. But I think they're working out. I think they're going to be gearing up for the next season. And
Right.
I'll be honest with you, it's a sour taste in their mouths, and they know that. They know that the expectations of last year was, not just getting to the playoffs, but getting deep into the playoffs. And actually we had everything in our hand on a silver platter with less than 3 minutes left on the clock. And to sit there and watch that, and I literally turned everything off. I was like, boop, boop, and just went to sleep. I was just like, I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to, I just like, what the,
It was so upsetting, right, Saul? It was so upsetting. It was beyond. And I mean, if my expectations weren't there, and they'd never been like that before, never. And I don't think our expectations were misguided, misused maybe, but not misguided.
Yeah, because we had a very talented team, and I'm it's been a while since I've seen this much talent on both sides of the on defense and offense. It's been a while because the past few years has been sort of lopsided. We have a couple of seasons or so where the defense we have talent on the defense, maybe not the offense, and vice versa. But I can say maybe the last 2 seasons, we really loaded up with a lot of talent on the team, but we just didn't utilize them. So yeah, I hear you on that.
Okay, pardon me, guys. I haven't been around, but I was trying to get things going I have a drawing I got to do to figure out the winner of the signed Ricky Williams glass bong, as well as the mini helmet signed by JP, Jalen Phillips.
Alright.
So we're going to work on that right now and see what we got. Lee Jodry was 21. I got to see if it shows me where I can see the rest of it.
I'm on my phone. I can't see anything. It's a little bitty. You'll have to read it.
Let me see if I can. That's not the way it was supposed to go. I got to try it because they got this thing all rearranged now. So we'll go ahead and go back talking. Let me see if I can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm cool with not winning it because I don't need it. It is pretty. It's the right color, but I don't need it.
It's like, look, it's like, it's a vase. You can just put the flowers here.
Yeah, no. No, I don't need it. Back in the day, way back, that was never my thing, man. Never my thing. My husband, on the other hand, different story, possibly. I can't confirm or deny that. Can't tell on Rocket Man.
Yeah.
So Saul, my friend, you're freezing. You're freezing up there, yes?
Oh yeah, it's cold.
Where are you?
Mr. Whalen is too. He's here with me.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's windy as anything out right now.
Windy is
We had the wind a few days ago. We don't now. So that wind with the cold, Mr. O'Hanlon,
it'll go right through you.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll slice you.
I'm right on the
layers. It don't matter how many layers you got on. It will.
That's right. It'll slice you.
Yeah.
So no, it's been like we were saying earlier, it was like 87 just a few days ago. And last night it was about 38, 39 degrees here. Which is, I mean, good Lord. You know, that's a big difference. But I'm glad it got cool again. I know I live in Florida, but I hate the heat.
Miss Pamela, I am with you on that, my sister.
All right, well, listen, I'll switch with you guys. I'll take the heat. You guys take this.
I agree.
I'm keeping
think about that Dolphin weather.
Y'all want to take one? It's 43, feeling like it's 30 something, close to 20s.
Listen, you can put on a lot of clothes and get warmer, but you can only take off so much.
I'm not sure you could take it all off.
But it ain't gonna help. It's just hot. It ain't gonna help you. You can't peel off your skin. It is just too hot. I can't stand it. And I mean, I've lived here my whole life, but I cannot take it. And I think a lot of people move here. They come like in January and February, and they're like, "We love this," and they move down here, and then there's July, August, and September, and they're like, "Oh my God."
Snowbirds are they're killing
it. Even October's brutal. Shoot, I'm telling you, when I went down there for fan club weekend 2 years ago,
yeah,
it was brutal. Yo, I'm telling you, that was brutal. I mean,
that's why.
But that's all the time. It's all the time like that.
Why when Buffalo comes down in the summer, in the hot days, and we play them, that's why they kind of get tired during the fourth quarter, because they're on the sun, and the Dolphins are in the shade most of the time.
Well, that's the thing.
Colin Osha.
sometimes they, we may be concerned about us playing up there in Buffalo in the wintertime, but this heat down here is not good from some of these northern teams also.
We saw them cry,
Oh,
didn't we, Mr.
absolutely.
Poole? They were crying and whining, calling
Yeah,
OSHA.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when things get to the extreme where you got people getting frostbite
Dennis.
with their extremity, that's when the NFL needs to kind of take note of that and make some changes.
They're not going to make any changes because you know what they're going to say? They were
Money.
out there willingly. They bought their tickets and they knew what it was going to be. They were out there willingly.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
They're
Well-
not going to change a damn thing about that.
Well, and the thing is like you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. You want to play us in December in New York? Okay. Then you're going to play us in Miami in September.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how that you know. And they're going to blame their loss on the Heat. I blame their loss on their stupidity.
There you go. Miss Denise Clark was at that game, and she says it perfectly. Brutal. That Kansas City.
That was brutal. That
Yeah,
was brutal.
So yeah, she was.
And they
there.
didn't cancel our game, did they?
Hell
But
no. It
2
wasn't canceled.
seasons in a row they canceled Buffalo.
They
Really?
didn't, Pam, they didn't cancel Buffalo. The governor made a travel ban and would not let anybody drive. It had nothing to do with the NFL.
Buffalo called up the governor and goes, dude, to make a travel ban. I mean, because seriously, was there anything more brutal? The thing I thought about with Kansas City was the cows. The cows had to have been really cold.
Oh my God.
I worry about the animals. Sorry.
I'm sure they have barns in
Cows were
Missouri.
cold.
They could take the cold weather better than people.
I don't know. And there was that one guy. They kept showing him over and over with no shirt on, over and over.
He had to be on another. Listen, he had to be on a whole nother substance that we're not going to mention in this podcast.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that
He was at the
that man
hospital.
no, it was not all alcohol filled.
No.
That was not all alcohol.
Oh,
There's
that
no
guy.
way. Listen, I work in a mental hospital. I know when it's just an alcohol filled and it's something else, and that was something else.
That was something else.
That was definitely a whole bunch of something else.
You know how they mentioned all the people that went to the hospital after that game with frostbite and all that.
All I'll
He was
say,
one of them.
All I'll say to that, Pam, is I'll just say this nicely and politically correct. He had a blizzard all to himself before the game. That's just all we're
Is
gonna
that what
say.
they call that these days? A blizzard?
Yeah, that was just he had a whole blizzard. If anybody watched Scarface, that's probably what he was doing. There you go.
I'm just telling you, that guy. I mean, I just kept looking at him, and they kept showing him, and I think, what an idiot.
He made me cold just looking at him.
He didn't make me cold. He made me bang my head. You are so stupid. Good Lord, you're just stupid.
So we have somebody said that their flight to KC got canceled, and I still have my fingers and toes in Buffalo. It's all about the Jägermeister. Hey, God bless you on that. Trust.
That was Sea-Dog. That was Sea-Dog. We're glad you got your fingers and toes, dude. We're so glad. And the Jägermeister. I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I hope when we face Seattle, it's nice when we face Seattle. I'm praying it's nice when we face Seattle because it can get cold up there too.
It does, but it's not like that. You know what I mean? Seattle is cold. It gets cold and windy and rainy and all that, but it's not the same. Seattle is just it's different. Seattle is a whole different animal. Main thing is their, 12th man, right?
Yeah. One of the loudest, probably one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL.
And we used to be that. The Dolphins Stadium We used to be that.
That's
Actually,
what I
the Orange Bowl used to be
Yeah.
that.
Thank you, John Fellon. That's right.
Yeah.
If you
We used
Because I
to
was
be.
there.
Oh, I was there too. And
Yeah, me
when it
too.
be the Dolphins or any
Yeah.
football game in that stadium,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, if you win it, the
No.
whole stadium was vibrating.
We was raucous.
I remember when it was Dan Marino was playing, and I was on the 20-yard line. And whenever the opposite team was playing, the quarterback, when he was trying to call a play, and when they were on the line.
Okay, I had trouble. Sorry
We
for
were all
cutting
about
in. I had trouble doing this, but here is the winner, number 1 and number 15. Number 1 is Sea Dog Dean. He won the glass bong signed by Ricky Williams. And Lee Drodry won the custom mini helmet signed by Jalen Phillips.
All right.
Cito. So nice.
So
He
make
was
sure you
looking
guys-
forward to that.
Make sure you guys give me your
Right.
address so I can get this stuff shipped off to you tomorrow.
So
Congratulations.
glad.
Yeah. There you go. That's the
Right.
reason for.
It's
that's
not
the reason-
exactly the way it used to be run. I don't know. I got to go in and figure that out too. I got a lot of work to do between now and next week and the next raffle I do and everything.
Listen, y'all. That's the reason why you hit that like button and subscribe.
That's
See what
right.
just happened?
That's right. And great job,
Nope.
Papa Paul. I know that was not easy, and technology, it changes up all the time, and it's a pain in the butt. But
Yeah, it's supposed to be
you
our
do a great
friend,
job.
but I appreciate
No.
it.
When in the Orange Bowl, whenever everybody yelled, and the closed-in stadium part, the quarterback can't hear anything. So the center couldn't hear the quarterback, and vice versa. So they would get off, and they would have a false start all the time.
Mhm.
So it was a 5-yard penalty, 5-yard, until they switched the rule where if they do it too many times, you got to warn the crowd or something, or warn the.
Oh, that's right,
Which
you sure
pissed
did.
me off so bad. I remember that game. I was so mad. And when I think now about not only the loudness, but you got snowballs. Seriously? During a play? You're throwing snowballs
Oh
and
yeah,
they're not doing anything? Yeah. It kills me. It depends on which team is playing and who's doing what and so on and so forth. But that didn't happen to too many teams about telling the crowd. I remember that. I was so mad during that game.
You're welcome, Sea Dog. You're welcome. Glad I could do it for you.
That is so cool.
Yeah, see, somebody just said right there, the metal floor. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the metal.
Yeah.
You had the metal seats at the Orange Bowl, along with metal
Yep.
floors. And the stomping on the metal, the stomping of the feet on the metal floorboards they had.
Yep.
It was like a high school bleachers,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all it was. I mean, you just had these big giant bench, and you got slats like a high school would have, with numbers on it, and that would be your seat.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the white hankies anymore?
Because I don't know. I don't.
I do. Our owner is cheap and doesn't care about the fan experience like other owners do.
Yep, you got nailed that one on the head, John.
Yeah.
And I heard he doesn't want to go back to the old emblem because the new emblem is his
Right.
design.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go back to the old either because of the money it would cost him.
Yes.
It doesn't. Come on, it doesn't. You know how much more stuff they would sell if they went back to the '90s, early 2000s logo?
1,000%, John.
I'm not arguing with you on that, John. I'm just going with what I know.
But that is
That's what
what
he
John is
said.
saying. That is That's
it
why
would
they
make
do it.
up.
They make so much damn money off of us. But I can tell you right now, just like I said last week, I ain't buying another dolphin thing. I got a dolphin golf cart, a dolphin boat, my front license
So
plate, back
that's so
license plate, dolphins. I got everything you can possibly imagine dolphins. And I ain't buying another damn thing until they show me something. And I'm sure they're really upset about it. They're gonna call me and go, we're going. But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that
oh,
was
Yeah, I
that's
can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't make
Miss,
that promise.
I
Miss
know. It's
Pam,
so
I do
hard.
have
Yeah,
some autographed
me
photos
neither.
I'll sell you.
Okay. Those I would take from you, Papa Paul. That's different. You know, I have all that stuff. I have so many jerseys and I have all the stuff. I will support
Well, I got four
past
different kinds
players.
of autographed photos where I got an abundance of each. Where I'm going to sell them at $15 each, which is below what they sell for any place else.
Oh, of
Way
course.
below.
Yes, yes.
So
I have my Jason Taylor signed photo. I'm good. I'm telling you, when I tell you I have everything, I know y'all probably do too. I just have so much stuff, but I ain't buying it.
Oh no, I got a long
And I
ways
know
to
I
go.
won't make any difference whatsoever, but
I got a long ways to go to catch up with some of y'all.
I'm serious. If you saw our boat, it's dolphins. It's all
what
dolphin
is it?
stuff. Our golf cart, all
I
dolphin
remember
stuff.
you showed me a picture of your golf cart. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
well,
Mailbox.
I get my truck painted on November 4th. It'll be going in the shop to get painted.
Okay.
So,
Aqua and
Aqua
orange.
or orange?
aqua, white, and orange.
Nice. Nice.
Three
If I was going to
tones.
do that, it'd be a wrap. I would get a wrap.
Nope, I won't do a wrap because I want it to last. And a wrap, you got to replace pretty much every 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
And this is my truck that I bought to fix up, and it's going to be my truck for the rest of my life. So I'm getting it painted.
Okay.
And
Nice.
until I can raise enough money again afterwards to get some airbrush work on it, I might do little pieces of wrap stuff on it here and there.
Right.
But otherwise, the truck itself is going to be painted aqua across the top, white across the middle, orange across the bottom with the bumpers, front bumper and back bumper both painted orange so it looks like they're connected. And the roll bar is going to be connected or painted orange as well. And then I'm going to have like aqua colored rims on it as
Ooh,
well as
nice.
that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not touching Princess. Princess, my new F-150, she is beautiful. I'm not touching her. She is so pretty. But I do want me a big old rusted piece of crap truck. I want that so that I can drive down the road and not care what people do. Just bring it.
well,
Bring it.
this Miss Pam, this is a 1993 Ford F-150.
Nice.
4x4. It's extended cab, but it's got like a 6-inch lift on it. So
Woohoo!
Oh, okay.
Love it.
That's right. You said you were a tall person. Sorry,
He
you're
is.
7. Yeah.
I'm a shorty.
Yeah.
At least that's what my
Oh.
wife tells me. So
A shorty.
I'm the short one on the panel. I'm just 6 foot. I'm just 6 foot.
I'm shorter than that. I'm 5'10".
I'm 5'10".
I'm about
See?
5'10". Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I'm not
see, you're not the
short.
shorty.
See, there you go, my brother.
I lost that title already.
You're not the shorty. Nope.
Well, I got to take it back to differ. My wife is the short one
Yeah.
because she's only 5'3".
Oh,
Or
she
5'4".
she's very petite. Yes, she is.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
I got one sister's that's about 5'3" or 5'4".
No, I was the tallest one in my family, 6'5", 6'5.5". I shrunk a little bit. I'm 6'4.5", 6'5" now.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I know. Even my grandkids, though, they're fixing to all pass me up. They are like, they're mutants, like their dads, my sons, and my brother. They're all mutants. Yeah, we're mutants.
Is there anyone else we would like to see us pick up as far as free agents?
I got a couple.
Go ahead, Mr. Polk.
I wouldn't mind kicking the tires on Clowney and what's that guy's? Good grief, I forgot his name. I just say Clowney for right now. I can't think of the other guy's name. Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name.
How much money do we have?
Right now we're at like 13.5 million. Come June 1st, we'll add another 18.4, 18.5 to that.
Right, from X.
Well,
Yeah.
you're adding another wide receiver in free agency, and you want defensive.
It all depends on the contract that Greer makes up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if not, if I'm not mistaken, the last few years the drafts had a good amount of wide receivers in it, so we might be able to pick a good one out of the draft. Not in the first round.
Someone late.
Later rounds.
Yeah, I'd say the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, late.
Right.
No, we don't have it. We don't have a third.
I believe we'll have a third when the compensatory picks come out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John, how is so? Explain that. How will that happen?
Well, when the compensatory picks come out, it looks like, from what I'm understanding, we'll have a third, a fourth, a fifth, maybe 2 fifths, or a fifth and a sixth.
Well, see, I thought that
from
was
some
all
of the
for,
off-season trades, the pickups.
But I thought that it would all be for next year, from what I've
thought. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's all for next year. We get the compensatory. Right now, we have no compensatory picks for this year at all. We won't get them for this year. They will all be for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have to trade out in the first round.
Otherwise, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like with Mr. Polk.
John's favorite saying, we'll just have to wait and see.
Wait and see.
Day.
I'm on the wait and see bench with John. I can tell you that. But I like Mr. Polk's thought with Jadeveon Clowney. That's another guy I've watched his whole career from South Carolina. And the thing I like about Jadeveon is that he's mean. He gets on that field and he is focused and he's mean. And yes, he's gotten older. You know, he's played for a while. It's funny to talk about a guy that age being older, but yeah, but yeah. So, but he like is
they're older, but not like you and I older.
Not like this. Not like that. No.
Oh,
but
Chase Young.
Listen, I'm as mean as Jadeveon Clowney wants to be. Bring it, Jadeveon.
I would go with Chase Young.
Yeah, okay.
That's the guy I was talking about. Chase Young and Clowney.
But I think if we was to pick up a receiver, I think a good receiver, like I said earlier, that we could get on the low side would probably be Hunter Renfrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think OBJ is going to want too much money, I believe.
Depends on what he does.
Well, it depends on how they write the contract too.
Exactly, Sea-Dog. Yep, exactly. So that's the thing about somebody like Jadeveon with his experience. I mean, the dude is bad to the bone. When I think of mean, I think of a few players, you know, and Ndamukong Suh, obviously, but also our offensive lineman, Incognito. I loved how badass Incognito was.
No, and if we were to go for a receiver, I just assume bring Landry back. Let him come back, let him retire a Dolphin, and you could probably get him on a veterans minimum.
But if you want a big wide receiver, I don't know why we need a big wide receiver. Get you a tight end and use him. We
picked up 2 tight ends. We don't need another tight end.
We don't need them, but before they can be effective, you have to use them. That's what has made me so mad.
I'm going to go around the room and let everybody have their last words.
Yeah.
Mountie?
Well,
you there, Mountie?
I think he fell asleep.
And he's sleeping.
John Featherland, go ahead with your last words, please.
Well, yeah, I don't know which way they're going, but it's just what I'm hearing from other shows. I just hope they pick up the right pieces and they mesh and nothing goes wrong. And hopefully we get people back, or if they get healthy. If not, we'll see how it goes. But I'm hoping for the best. And I don't know. Hopefully we'll do good.
That's right,
Peace,
John.
love, things up.
Peace, love, fins up, John.
Fins up, John. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Mount, are you there yet? Okay. Mr. Polk.
Yeah. Well, okay. Thanks for having me on the show. I enjoy being up here with my brothers and my sister, Pamela. Like I said, yes, this season offense, let's change up. Let's do more things. Coach Dane, as a whole, utilize all your players. Utilize these guys. Okay, utilize your fullback. Utilize Chris Brooks. Please utilize Chris Brooks. Don't let this man slip and go to another team and he blows up, because I'm not gonna be too happy. But anyway, thanks for having me on here. I enjoy you guys. Peace, love, and fins up.
Peace, love, fins up, Mr. Polk. You have a wonderful day.
Peace, love, fins up, my brother.
All right. Y'all do the same. Pam, say hello to your husband.
I'll do it.
All right.
Mr. O'Hanlon?
Same as I say every week. Wait and see what goes on. Free agency, draft. Trust the process. Be a fan. Ain't none of us get to sit in that room, sit in the building. We don't know what the conversations are. We have no idea what between Ross Greer and McDaniel, what goes on, what's being said, who they're looking at. You can do as many mock drafts as you like. And listen, I don't knock people for doing it. They enjoy doing it. But I'm the wait and see guy. Let's see who we draft, see what spots we fill, see what we still need afterwards. And then come June 1st, when we get a little more money, pick up some pieces to fit. Like Mr. Winter said earlier, we're going to pick up guys. They're still going to get cut preseason. You can only carry 53, 55 on the roster and 8 or 10 on the practice squad, whatever it is. So you got bodies in there. Look at them, take the best ones, and let's see what happens in the upcoming season.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Peace, love, and fins up, John. I agree with you.
Good night, sir. Miss Pamela.
So I agree with what our other panel members said. We got to wait and see. Use the players we have, McDaniel. If you don't understand what's going on, call us, because we get it. We got your back, McDaniel. And I love you guys. And thank you so much for the opportunity every week. You guys are my heart. Love you. Peace, love, and fins up.
Peace, love, fins up, Pam.
Miss Pam. We love you too.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Well, we got another week wrapped up, Paul.
For the most part, I'm going a little nuts with this stuff, but I'll get it figured out.
And listen, we got the whole summer to sit there and worry about it in spring, so we'll be fine. I just want to thank everybody that tuned in and watched us all through the different platforms. We will get everything up and running next week. And I enjoyed this week. And ladies and gentlemen, like everybody said, and our brother John O'Hallen says perfectly, let's wait and see. That's what it comes down to. And it's going to be fun. So just pack your patience, and just get ready and just get ready for this ride, because it's going to be a bumpy one.
You said that right. It is going to be a bumpy one. Good night, everybody. We appreciate y'all very much. Just bear with us as we work through some of the kinks on different little things we're working on and trying out. Y'all have a wonderful week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week on Wednesday night, 8:45. Peace, love, and fins up, everybody.